Parenting. It's the most important job in the world, yet somehow it's the one we have the least amount of training for. I'm Ken Wimberly, and while I'm not a parenting expert, I'm a dad who's been lucky enough to learn from some of the best thinkers on how we raise, guide, and connect with our kids. Today, I'm sharing 3 voices who have impacted how I raise, guide, and connect with my kids. Becky Kennedy, Hal Runkle, and Stupple. Each of these perspectives are different, but together they form a powerful framework for connection, boundaries, and empowerment. Dr. Becky Kennedy is author of Good Inside, and she says that parenting boils down to 2 things: holding boundaries and holding on to our children's hearts. That means you can be both the sturdy leader and the safe emotional home. One of my favorite tools from Dr. Becky is something she calls the I will boundary. And this is quite simply, instead of putting a boundary on what your kid should or shouldn't do, you put a boundary around what you will do by saying, I will, Example, I will help you clean up your room after you put away your clothes. It's calm, clear, and keeps you out of a power struggle. She also talks about the magic of I believe you. When your child shares that they're frustrated or angry or expresses anger, you don't have to validate their interpretation, but you can validate their experience and what they're feeling. That simple phrase builds trust that lasts. And maybe most importantly for all is repair. We all make mistakes. We say things when we're frustrated, we lash out, we just do things that we regret as a parent. But the important part is circling back and showing them that we never doubted their worth or the value. We repair that relationship by just acknowledging that we're human, we're fallible, we make mistakes too, and we do what we can to repair what was ruptured. Becky gives us a great framework for being sturdy, holding limits without losing connection. Hal Runkle takes that sturdiness to the next level by showing us how our own reactions can make or break the situation. Hal's core message is that parenting starts with you. Our kids don't need us to be perfect. They need us to be calm, clear, and consistent. When we're able to remain calm, our influence actually grows significantly. One of his key distinctions is between responding and reacting. Reacting is instant, emotional, and often accelerates the situation. And man, I've been guilty of that plenty of times in the past. Response is intentional, thoughtful, and models self-control. And luckily, as I've aged into my 50s, I've gotten a lot better at responding instead of simply reacting. He also warns that anxiety is contagious. If we spiral, they spiral. Our emotional state sets the thermostat for the entire family. And when it comes to discipline, Hal says, let natural consequences do the teaching. We don't need to shield our children from every discomfort. In fact, discomfort is often the fastest way to effective teaching. Hal shows us how our emotional temperature sets the tone. Stupple builds on this by challenging us to rethink what our role actually is in our child's development and growth. Stupple's philosophy is simple but radical. Our children are sovereign beings from the moment they're born. They're not empty cups we fill up, but they're whole people we walk alongside. This shifts everything. Instead of controlling, we get curious. Instead of dictating, we invite collaboration. Encourages shared problem solving, involving kids in decisions so they build confidence in making decisions. In fact, after watching Aaron's interview with Tim Ferriss and Naval Ravikant, I completely shifted my paradigm on how I was parenting when it comes to screen time. I went from limiting the number of minutes or hours he could have in a given day to frankly giving him unlimited screen time and letting him be the boss of his devices. Aaron reminds us, our job isn't to shape our children into who we think they should be. It's to support who they already are and let them grow into the fullest version of themselves. Becky Kennedy teaches us to hold on to boundaries and hearts. Hal Runkle shows us the power of our own calm. Aaron Stupple invites us to see our kids as sovereign and capable. And here's a bonus insight from a book that has deeply influenced me, and that's Loveable by Dr. Kelly Flanagan. His message is simple but life-changing. You are already worthy of love and belonging, exactly as you are. When we anchor into that truth, we stop chasing approval and start showing up with real presence. And presence is the best gift we can give our kids. When we're grounded in our own worth, we listen better, react less, and connect more deeply. That inner security becomes the foundation for how we guide and love our children. Which of these ideas resonates with you? Pick one. Try it out. See if it works this week. Because parenting isn't about having all the answers. It's about showing up, leaning in, and loving well. Until next time, if you enjoyed this content and would like to get more, don't forget to hit the subscribe button and like this channel. And don't forget to follow us on Substack on the Built with Love channel. Thanks again.